It's an honor for our family to be here with Lieutenant Colonel Roi Levi, one of the IDF's most distinguished soldiers. My family and I came to know Roi 2 years ago in the summer, in the final days of the 2014 Gaza war. Roi was commanding a battalion in the first stage of the invasion of Gaza. He came under heavy fire and he lost his 2 deputies in a rocket attack against a command post that they had established in northern Gaza, and he was severely injured. We met you on the day that you had come out of the hospital for a memorial service for 5 soldiers that you had lost. I have rarely in my life been so impressed with a young man. I was humbled to be in his presence. He was wearing his dress uniform. That night we would be in one of the saddest things I've ever experienced. When I think, where was it? It was, what city was it?
It
was in Ofakim. They had the memorial service, and Roi came out of the hospital in order to be there to mourn his soldiers. And in Hebrew, he gave an explanation of the difficulty of the mission, but how successful they had been and how many terrorists they had eliminated. Right now, he just gave us a much more detailed explanation of the battle. I felt helpless. Like, who are we? These American Jewish tourists who come to Israel to show some support but feel a little bit helpless. There's nothing we could do to help the IDF in their moment of struggle, to neutralize these terrorists from murdering innocent Israelis and firing rockets on Israeli towns. And I said to Roi, I wish we could help in some way. And he said to me, well, it's not fair that all we want to do is defend our nation, and then we get labeled as war criminals by a world that is so unsympathetic to the Israeli cause, which is simply defending itself against bloodthirsty terrorists. Interestingly, the United Nations had then appointed William Shabbos as the new Goldstone, the new supervisor of the Gaza inquiry that would look into Israel's war crimes, which was a foregone conclusion that Israel had committed these war crimes. And because of this special man and how indebted I felt to him personally, I called a number of friends and we put together a series of ads that exposed William Shabbos for what he really was. He was portrayed as an international jurist from Canada who was supposed to be non-partial, and it turned out that he had taken money from Mahmoud Ahmadinejad to fund academic conferences in Tehran. It turned out that he had taken money from the Palestinian Authority for judicial opinions. These were all payoffs. And we did the series of ads, full-page ads. New York Times, Washington Post, LA Times, Chicago Tribune. And it exposed the truth about William Shabbos. Shabbos later gave an interview when he resigned as the head of the Gaza Commission, saying that this ad campaign played a vital role, a central role in his resignation. And it was really because of you, that this arch-Israel hater, who had said in 2012, before any kind of inquiry, he had already said that Netanyahu was the foremost war criminal in the Middle East. So this was the impartial judge that was going to judge Israel for war crimes. So we played a little bit of a role in simply exposing his record, and that helped to make his position untenable. That was all because of you, because we felt that we had to do something. I think that you are one of the IDF's most impressive young commanders. I have said that to the American Jewish leadership to the extent that I have friends in the American Jewish leadership. We would love to host you in the United States. Roi, you are the best the IDF has to offer. And I have to tell you, I'm speaking to you from the heart. Words that emanate from the heart penetrate the heart. To see you healthy, because right after we saw you at that memorial service, which was one of the saddest experiences of my life, I was very proud to see your maybe 500-600 young fighters that came that night. All of them were armed to the teeth. They had just come out of war, and they were mourning their lost comrades. But then we saw you again. Our family went twice to visit wounded soldiers at the Tel HaShomer Hospital in Tel Aviv. And I'll never forget this. You were fighting to come out of the hospital, and you wanted to get back to the IDF, get back to your unit. And I saw one of the most romantic sights of my life. You were being, and my daughter was like, give me a little, you like being in the middle of the bed, Statsiba? I saw one of the most romantic sights of my life. We were visiting all of these soldiers, young men, 18 years old, 9 years old, missing arms, missing hands, missing legs. We saw one young man who wears glasses, and he had no eye. He had been shot in the head. And I saw such incredible bravery. And then suddenly, you were there with your wife, and you were being examined because you had cerebral hemorrhaging and severe head trauma from the injuries you had suffered. and I saw your wife holding your hand and giving you such incredible support. And I saw the incredible women of the wives of the IDF, the soldiers of the IDF, and I'll never forget that. So when our daughter was getting married, my wife is already tearing up as I tell the story. When our daughter was getting married here, you were one of the first people we thought to invite and really wanted you to come. And because of your incredible commitment to your soldiers, and now that you're the commander of one of Israel's most expert commando units that protects the citizens of Israel, protects democracy, protects human rights, protects freedoms, you could not come, so we came to you. And I feel bad even taking your time, but you're a hero to us, you're a hero of the Jewish people. You are the best that the Jewish people has to offer. And you're the best of what Western democracies have to offer. A young, courageous officer who fights simply so that people can live free. And just know that simple, humble people like us who benefit from the freedoms of the West and from the kind of freedoms that the State of Israel offers, and families like ours that are able to celebrate our children's weddings, we do so because of the bravery of people like you. We benefit from your courage and your sacrifice. And I give thanks to God for your help. I give thanks to your wife and your children for lending you to the IDF to continue to serve. And I give thanks to you for all the friendship and the affection and the love you've shown us and the inspiration you give us. It is truly appreciated. And I look forward to a lasting friendship. And we know that you're going to continue, God willing, to climb the ladders of the IDF Officer Corps to the highest levels, God willing, and we will be applauding you the entire way.
Thank you very much. You excited me very much. I don't know what to say. I'm red, right?